Oh, Hey there! So today we're going to be showing you guys a variation of a trick known as Red Hot Mama. If you were on YouTube maybe 27 years ago, you would have seen this done as the world's greatest card trick. But it's a cut, it's a double lift, and you're pretty much good to go. We try to make magic seem harder than it is because we don't want people getting into it. We want to keep it for ourselves because we're selfish. No, not me. Here's how to do this wondrous variation of Red Hot Mama. The thumbnail was clickbait, but you don't rub your finger down and the card vanishes, by the way. Sorry, just might as well tell you now. Whoa! So here's the card trick. We have a perfectly ordinary deck of playing cards, definitely not set up in any way whatsoever. And we're going to have a card picked. In this case, we're going to have the 10 of diamonds picked by a participant. This card is then lost in the middle of the deck, never to be seen ever again. No breaks, no gimmicks, no gaffes. Watch. You see that? It's the most annoying gesture that a magician does, but it conveys the magic moment, of which case just took place. See, look. If we look through the deck, one card and one card alone is now blank. It's completely blank. If you were here, I'd let you touch this and also sanitize my hands because Lord knows where you've been. But it's actually your card, believe it or not. If we go through the deck, let me know when you see your card. You haven't seen it yet, have you? Of course not, because that blank card is your card. Oh, haven't seen it yet? I wonder why. Maybe because there is something to the fact that your card is actually blank. Ever thought of that? You didn't see your card there, did you? Of course not, because this is your card. All we have to do is just rub it a little bit. See, look. And that's all it takes. And now we get the front of your card. If we rub it again, look, watch. Now we get the back of your card. And you could keep that as a souvenir of this momentous occasion. Easy, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I guess. So here's what you need. You need a double blank card. Now these are ones that I get for mentalism purposes from Amazon.com. They don't have any sort of card stock finish whatsoever, but they work excellently. If you have double blank cards from your little gimmick sets, definitely use those. But this is just a double blank card that starts in the bottom of the deck. That's it. That's all it is. So we're doing the Red Hot Mama. We're doing the Chicago Opener, whatever you want to call it. We're doing a variation on that because all we're doing is we're just simply cutting this pile above and making sure the spectator's card goes below the blank card. That's it. So when we cut the cards and the spectator's card goes below the blank card, we could spread the cards and say, oh look, one card has turned blank. And we could then do the little display that we got to show that their card is actually gone. And here at this point, we're going to spread the cards and remind everyone about the PigCake Magic Academy, baby. $5 a month gets you 2 videos every single week going over card and coin stuff. You actually get 2 additional videos that I don't post anywhere else, bringing the grand total of 4 videos every single week. That's 5 videos if you're a part of the mentalism tier, which is $10, but it's still 2 White Claws in any normal, ordinary downtown bar. So just go ahead, check it out, and learn some magic. Over 1,000 videos already. So the spectator remembers their card, and all you're going to do is you're just simply going to cut this card in the middle of the deck, making sure that the original bottom card goes above their card. There are a number of ways of doing this. If they're looking at the card, you could just simply cut the cards like this, have them place it back in the middle, and then just drop this original bottom half on top. And that's it. You're good to go. Now at this point, you're going to spread through the cards after an appropriate magic gesture. I don't recommend snapping because then it makes people think that you're that weirdo. So you're going to spread through the cards just like this, and you're going to show that there's now one blank card. Now, of course, this is a marked deck of cards, so I could very easily read the marking on the back of this card, which lets me know what the spectator's card is. However, if you don't want to do that, well then here's an alternative as to how you actually get knowledge of this card if you want to name it. So you're going to cut this card to the top of the deck, and all I'm going to do is show that it's blank on both sides, just like this. As I'm doing this, look at what's taking place with this sneaky little hand here. I'm just pushing this bad boy forward and pulling it back and getting a pinky break right there below the top card of the deck. Of course, I'm showing this card back and forth, and I have my penis in the background. So if you're looking at the depth of field, you're almost going to be distracted by what's behind the card, what's through the card, if you would. But here, you're showing them the card, and then you're going to place it there behind the actual spectator's card. At this point, you could say, look, it's blank. It really is. You can't even see through it. And as I'm doing this, I'm just looking at their card. So now I know what their card is. If I want to do a little bit or a gag, at this point you could even say to the spectator, I know what your card, I could see it. You can't because your eyes aren't trained. But I could see, look, 10 of hearts. And of course, all you're doing is just naming the card that you peeked at. Now here, I'm going to grab both of these cards as one, and I'm going to bring it all the way to the right edge of the deck. Now what I'm doing is ineffective Paul Harris's flip-flop change, which looks like this. That's Paul Harris's flip-flop change. However, what's actually going to happen is I'm just going to do the flop. So I'm going to take these two cards as one, all the way to the right edge of the deck, and I'm just going to drop these cards, all of the deck. I'm going to drop that on top of the blank card and the card directly underneath. What this is going to allow me to do is, if you look at the scenario we've left ourselves in, we spread all the way to the bottom. We have the blank card followed by the spectator's card. But look at this wonderful display of us being able to spread through the cards and show that they actually can't see their card. So we're going to spread through the cards very slowly and say, look, your card is actually genuinely gone. We're going to take half of the cards and turn them face down and put them underneath the rest of the deck. Now at this point, you're clean, because that card now camouflages with the rest of the face down cards that you now placed underneath the blank card. So you could spread through the cards very fairly and say, look, you can't see your card anywhere because it's the blank card, you stupid idiot, or whatever it is you want to tell them. You're going to grab this, turn it back upside down, and then finally get all the way to the last cards as you show them that their card is actually completely and utterly gone. Now there are a number of ways of changing this double blank card into the spectator's card. However, we're going to go with the simplest. Now there is another variation that I'm going to share for the piggybackers on Patreon. Look at that, shilling that as well. So join in. It's only $1 if you want to see the piggybacker videos on Patreon. However, I'm going to share a little variation that makes you look like the world's greatest mentalist. So here at this point, if you want a simplified handling, we're going to have the break. We're going to take this card, put it on top of the deck. We're then going to lift up both of these cards as one as we rub it on a surface. We can rub it on any surface that we want, on the table, on the back of your hand, whatever it is you want. And we're going to turn these two cards over as one on top of the deck. So this should be the first moment where they go, whoa, that's crazy. That's my card. Or whatever it is they usually say, because the thalidomide. Now at this point, you're going to lift up on just the single card, which is the spectator's card, at the same time that I turn my wrist. So if I lift it up, guess what? They're going to see that card. But if I lift it at the same time that I turn my wrist in order to rub the card on the same place I rubbed it before, now it looks like the back is also printed and I could hand this card out. Now at this point, I'm left with this on top. There are a number of ways of ditching this. If you want, you could just put the deck in your pocket, or you could go ahead and remove the jokers as follows. So after they're looking at this card, all you're going to do is just spread through the deck, just face up, and then take out the jokers. So I'm looking at this joker over here for whatever trick I want to show them next. I'm going to take these jokers and place them in the back of the deck, just like this. Now, instead of just lifting up the jokers and putting those away, I'm also going to take that blank card as well. So I'm going to take that blank card as well, put it away, and now the deck is essentially clean. And you could carry on with whatever trick you want because I've gotten rid of the gimmick. Are you moist, my friends? How about now? How about now? How about if I pose like every magician does in every single profile picture they have? But that's the trick. Again, its simplicity itself is just a red hot mama with a nice little variation there. We're changing the card. Instead of doing the typical transposition where the cards change places at the end of red hot mama, we're just printing the card back to existence. So it's a nice way of handling the same trick, but in a different way. So a nice little lesson in and of itself, by the way. Take tricks that you already know and change something about it. Change a little component about it, and it's going to turn into something completely different, like here. But that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys stick for the little message I have here, right? Because typically when a person says, that's the video, that's where people log off. But no, not you guys. Not you over there. You're sticking around. I don't know why. Maybe something's going on with you. Let's talk about what's wrong with you. I think that's a more important issue, a more pressing issue than what I'm going to do. What's wrong with you? Leave it in the comment section below. And maybe we could talk about it. Maybe we could not talk about it. I'm not qualified, but still fun back and forth, and it helps YouTube into thinking that this channel is actually relevant and not a sinking ship. But I am going to do something. Just came from a music festival, right? Ultra Music Festival. It's exactly as you would imagine. A bunch of just drunk, rambunctious frat boys. I think in my advanced age, I'm now starting to hate the frat boy culture. They're all the same type of person, Hawaiian shirt, maybe two buttons, disrespectful, right? They all have Bass Pro Shop hats for some reason. I don't know what that look is about. They look like they're trying to dress like cops used to. Like cops used to wear Hawaiian shirts. You know, when they would go out, they just wear Hawaiian shirts, old school New York cops. They're trying to look like that, but without actually doing the work, without doing any of the hard manual labor or the hard things that cop have to go through. They're just trying to get the look, but it doesn't look good when it looks like, I don't know, you would probably crumble after doing one push-up. This is kind of a long-winded outro,